All right, grab some popcorn and the best seat in the house, because Apple leaks today are crazy extensive. As yes, we have a pretty detailed list of what we should expect from Apple's event next week. Then we also have a list of the things we're not getting anymore from Apple's event, because why not? And OnePlus just revealed the design of the AT in a new teaser, and we have some leaks of what their new true wireless earbuds will look like. I'm Jaime Rivera, and it's interesting how Techtober works, because right now the news are kind of slow, but it's all because of everything that's going to get announced next week. Stay tuned for that. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals, and let's end the week with Apple deals because I know they're your favorite. The MacBook Air is currently $100 off, which leaves the Intel Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, and 512 gigs of SSD variant for $1,200. Yes, this is the higher storage variant, but we also have other details on different storage tiers. The regular AirPods are $30 off, leaving them at $130 shipped. The Beats X are also $30 off, which leaves them for $70. Now we've got more deals on TCL smartphones, LG TVs, and Razer controllers in the description. And yes, there's also a link to an article where there are even more deals for you to choose from. Now let's talk about AMD, as the company continues to be doing an amazing job at making Intel look bad. The company revealed their latest lineup of processors with the Ryzen 5000 series. These are built on their new Zen 3 architecture, and they're based on a 7nm process. Now, we're not going to get into much of the technical parts, that's not our expertise, but their new Ryzen 9 5950X brings 16 cores, and it has a boost frequency of 4.9 GHz. The company claims that this is the highest single-thread performance in the market. We'll have to wait for Linus to confirm after he segues from his sponsor, of course. It offers a 26 performance improvement over the Ryzen 3000 series, and they claim 21% higher performance than Intel's top-of-the-line Intel Core i9. The processor starts at $299 for the 6-core Ryzen 5 5600X, and the decked-out 5950X will cost you $799. All of the 4 new processors will be available on November 5th. What can I say? It's amazing how the tables are turned, as years ago, AMD would not even look close to catching up on Intel. Now, how about if we talk about Sony? The company is not pulling any punches when it comes to their PS5. I mean, they even published the full teardown for you to have an idea of what you're getting here. Let's just start off by saying this thing is huge, like huge. At the front, you get a single USB Type-A and a USB Type-C port, but you get 2 USB-A ports with super speed at the back, an Ethernet port, an HDMI, and of course, the power port. It also has a PCIe 4.0 port on the inside for future storage expansion. It has air vents up front, and the whole back is an exhaust port. You can remove the screwable base to set it horizontally, and the white sides are removable as well. Now, the thing that probably made the most buzz is the cooling. You get a huge fan at the top of the console, which draws from both sides, and more importantly, the liquid metal cooling, which is close to the SoC under the casing and other layers. We highly recommend you watch the complete teardown if you're planning on purchasing, as he goes into details on the GPU, the CPU, the heatsink, and pretty much everything you need to know about the hardware. A lot of people are kind of concerned over the liquid cooling and how that's going to age. I don't think we should worry, but you never know, as the curse of the early adopter with Sony devices is kind of crazy. We'll keep you posted. Now, let's talk about the OnePlus AT, mainly not for that device, but for what we're getting alongside it. Apparently, yes, we're getting some sort of OnePlus Buds update, but remember that joke that I made over how I wish that the company did not follow in Apple's footsteps with AirPods Pro? Well, we have a new leaked render from XDA of the OnePlus Buds Z, which are recovered from an APK file. The leaks show off the white variant of the Buds, and yeah, they look like the AirPods Pro. They even bring the ear tips. Probably the only difference is that the back of the earbuds is the same one as the regular OnePlus Buds. The casing is also shorter and wider, with the OnePlus logo at the top and a USB-C port at the back. Now, on a side note, OnePlus also pretty much fully revealed the design of the OnePlus AT. It actually brings that leaked aquamarine color variant with the stove at the back, and it actually kind of looks better than the renders we saw before. Sadly, they don't show the front of the phone, but that doesn't matter, as we pretty much already saw that on CAD renders from a reliable tipster showing both sides. It brings the updated camera module OnePlus leaked yesterday and the punch hole at the front. From these renders, renders, you can kind of see that the bezels are somewhat smaller. These renders also reveal another color variant, which will reportedly be dubbed Lunar Silver. Now let me know what you think about the design of the AT in the comments, as I don't know, I feel that it looks very Galaxy S20-ish. Now let's move the spotlight over to Apple, as while we were sleeping, Jon Prosser was hard at work. We've got some more tweets. Actually, not necessarily of what we're getting at the event. We do get some of that, but it's mostly what we're not going to get. First off, he mentioned that Digitimes was right to say that the iPhones will be available in October and that the staggered launch will be of the 6.1-inch iPhone 12 and the 6.1-inch 12 Pro, and then the 12 mini and the 12 Pro Max will be the ones launched until November. He also said that the starting price for the mini is $649 after all, according to his source, and after that he said that the AirPods Studio have not been completed for mass production, so they will be left out from the event. However, he did give us a price tag. Apparently there's going to be a luxury variant made of metal and leather, which will cost $599, but don't worry, there is a sport-like variant with cheaper material starting at $350. And let's stay on the negative notes for a bit, as apparently the AirTags were also pushed back all the way up until March 2021. And we could say that it looks like AirPower, but Apple hasn't really announced it, so we'll see. But finally, let's talk availability. He still stands on the dates he gave us previously, with pre-orders beginning on October 16th, and they will be in stores on October 23rd for the 12 and the 12 Pro. But hold on, we had to make 2 segments for this because it was just too much, so let's go through that. So yes, finally, the hottest news today. Grab some popcorn. The leaks on Weibo of everything that's coming at the Apple event are massive. I'd call this, or we've been calling this in our chat, the mother of all leaks. So again, bear with us. There is a lot of ground to cover over what we should be getting on Apple's event next week. Apparently, the company is going to begin the event with the HomePod Mini, which will be a 3.3-inch speaker with their S5 processor, and it'll be priced at $99 and be available on November 6th. After that, they're not going to lose any time and go straight into the iPhone 12, beginning with the 5.4-inch iPhone 12 mini, which according to the tipster will start at $699. Notice the price difference. Then apparently they'll move on to the 6.1-inch iPhone 12, which starts at $799, and then in the Pros, we have the 6.1-inch variant starting at $999, and apparently we'll get the new graphite and blue color variants. The 12 Pro Max will start at $1099 with the same colors, and all of these models will bring 5G, with the US variants bringing millimeter wave. The 12 and the 12 mini will start at 64 gigs of storage and up to 256 gigabytes, while the Pros will start at 128 gigs and go all the way up to 512. All of them will bring a Super Retina XDR display, a new MagSafe 15-watt wireless charging, and all the phones will be Dolby Vision capable. They will also use a smart data mode to save power by only using the 5G power on heavy-duty applications. But now, moving on to cameras, he claims that the source isn't too clear on this one. The 12 and the 12 mini will bring dual cameras, with the main sensor being a regular one and the other being an ultra-wide, basically like the iPhone 11. Now, Deep Fusion and Smart HDR are both getting upgrades. The Pros will bring a triple camera array with the main sensor, the ultra-wide, a telephoto, and LiDAR, but an interesting change is that apparently we have 5x optical zoom, which is interesting because it doesn't seem like if we have a periscopic sensor. But then finally, according to him, the 6.1-inch 12 and the 12 Pro will be available on October 23rd, like Prosser mentioned, and then the Mini will be available on November 13th and the Pro Max on November 20th. Sadly, we're not getting any details on any other products. I'd focus more on Jon's leak for that, but let us know in the comments down below, particularly for this one, what do you think about the iPhone 12 if this ends up being true? Because in my case, I mean, it sounds good and all, but I feel sad about the 120 Hz if that's not going to be the case. But that's just me. Leave us a comment. We're curious to hear what you think. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also, follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me complain about Techtober. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.